I created Mydiary because we support people who are really vulnerable living in their own homes, and I needed to have something that was going to enable me to manage the support package effectively, giving me real-time feedback and an insight into what's going on to our clients' homes. It's taken us 3 years or thereabouts to create it and to come up with the finished article, but it is now working in every single aspect of our service, from our support workers through to our managers and to the families who can get real-time access and feedback from our clients. It's a phenomenal tool, and we're now in a position where we can offer it to others.
It was very easy to actually learn how to use Mydiary. I mean, we had sessions from our training manager, Corey, to come down to actually show us how to use the system. And to be honest with you, sort of within about an hour or so, we had a good working knowledge of how to use the system.
The place I used to work at didn't have a program like Mydiary, so obviously we had grey areas within monitoring the care given within the service and also monitoring the staff. Mydiary has eliminated that, which does help clients who are vulnerable because there is more stricter monitoring and it's a lot more efficient. I look at Mydiary throughout the whole day as we have incidents that can show up on Mydiary, as well as medication alerts. We also have stickies which staff send us, and I check the communication logs every day so I can see that the clients are undertaking their planned activities as they should be, that staff are offering their nutritious diet, and staff are following timetables and agreements that have been in place and that have been agreed through the funding authorities.
We also, if there's an incident, we know straight away, we know there's an incident because it comes up. As soon as the incident is actually logged in the house, it comes up in the office. We can see that's happening in real time. That's enabled us to actually support our staff and our clients. We can get on the phone straight away and say, there's been an incident, is everything okay? And our staff actually love that. The fact they feel supported. You know, when that's happened, they want someone to know it's happened, not wait till 2 days later when an incident report's collected from the home. And they actually feel much more supported as a result of that.
Because I think it can clearly demonstrate that we're actually accountable and we're actually open in the fact that Mydiary is accessible to a client circle of support. So, I mean, it really does sort of help to kind of demonstrate how we are implementing outcomes for a client and how we're actually sort of working towards things. The environment which you work in has changed in the respect that it's actually a lot easier to kind of extract information that you actually need. I mean, whether that would be for sort of analysing somebody's sort of health or with their medication or their behaviour or some goals or some outcomes, it's a lot easier to actually sort of take that data and actually sort of present it in a way which can help you adapt a care plan on a real-time basis as opposed to doing something which is quite reactive.
And quite frankly, I don't think I could do my job without Mydiary.
Support workers have reacted very positively. I mean, the feedback that we get through our supervisions is that they feel more supported and they feel that they have a tool which can actually sort of, they can use as a team as opposed to something which they'll kind of do individually.
Families love it because they aren't there with their loved ones on a day-to-day basis, but what they've been able to do by having Mydiary is actually they can look at what's going on in the home, they can see that their loved ones being looked after and cared for and supported in the way they want them to be supported, and it gives them an opportunity to have input into their care and support, but from a distance, without having to go and visit the home, they can actually see what's going on.
It's easy to use. Service users can get involved with it as well, and they can also use Mydiary to put their things on. They can see their daily schedule of what they're doing and what they're expected to do that day, which is also good for them because it's a visual aid as well.
There is a green for good, and yellow for not bad, all right, and red's the bad, no, not a good sign.
If you're not happy,
Orange.
Orange, and if you're feeling angry,
Red.
a red one, and when you're feeling happy,
Green.
that's right.
And also, when you've finished an activity, then once you've dragged the star in, you can actually type in your comments about what you did and how you felt about it and what you achieved and what you plan next and what support you had with it.
It makes my job nicer because you're not spending so much time recording, because with my diary it takes a matter of seconds just to type something up, whereas before you had to write out so much information, whereas my diary is you just bring the icon across, you write in it, and then that's it. So you actually spend more time with the resident rather than sitting down writing.
I think it does help to protect the staff, because I mean, part of the kind of biggest issue with working in this kind of setting that we work in is lone working, and I think that what it does is it gives the staff access and a vehicle to kind of have that support on a real-time basis from the office and from the people who supervise them.
A lot of the parents do use Mydiary. They do log in a couple of times a day, and they do see how their children are getting on. Even though they still visit the house, they still log on to the diary daily to see how their children are getting on. And I think it's a really good idea.
I use Mydiary 2 or 3 times a day just to see what's going on in the house.
And
it was, again, a little bit unknown, but the fact that I would be able to see what was going on made a tremendous difference, and that they were local. So that is 2 of the things that we actually went for, and we've been absolutely amazed by it. I find it absolutely wonderful. I would be quite devastated if it packed up.
Yes, but on the whole, they love it, because actually it gives them an opportunity to also be able to see how outcomes are being reached. We can actually set the goals on Mydiary for individuals. So instead of waiting for a review and saying, okay, how did the last 6 months go, and then rummaging back through lots and lots of paperwork, we can actually see it live there and then. It allows us to actually reset goals as well along the way. So we're not waiting for a review. So case managers who want an outcome-focused care and support package can actually see that's what they're purchasing. It's made us more able to risk manage. It's a tool that can tell us exactly what's going on a day-to-day basis. We're able to run simple reports. We're able to run reports on what's actually happening in the home. We're able to run reports on which support workers are actually working really well with an individual.
Believe it or not, I've had a 100% success rate when it comes to a head-to-head with other organisations as a result of Mydiary. And it's the commissioners giving us the feedback that Mydiary is the one thing that makes the difference, that is extraordinary. It's now available for any organisation to purchase, and I think it will make a big difference to any organisation that does.